Hello friends, and welcome back to another little video today. In my video today, I am going to show you how to create this single crochet back loop only ribbing directly onto a piece of clothing or project. So here I have, it's kind of hard to tell, but I have a little vest, cardigan, whatever you'd like to call it. So as you can see, I've already done the ribbing directly onto my project on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how to do that on the other side, directly onto the project. And then at the bottom here, I've also done the ribbing already. So it's not project specific at all. This can be done on any neckline, in a sweater or a vest or anything like that, on the armhole or the bottom of your project, or really anything at all that requires it. So I'm going to show you my strategy for it, and then you won't have to attach your ribbing later if you were to make it separately. Okay, so let's jump right in. Okay, so to begin, I always have my project right side facing, and then I always start at the seam. So if you take a look right here, this is my shoulder seam. Yeah, this is my shoulder right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert my hook right into this seam. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay, oops. All right. Perfect. So here's my armhole, and I'm going to begin by inserting my hook right into the shoulder seam. So as you can see, I've already weaved in the ends a little bit. So I'm going to try to actually, let's see, insert my hook right here at the seam, and honestly, maybe even catch multiple stitches here to make sure that it stays together. Okay, and then grab your yarn. And then go ahead and pull through both. And then I'm going to chain however many chains I am going to need to create the length of my ribbing. So in my previous, on my previous side, on the armhole here, I did chain 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn and skip the first one and insert my hook into the second chain and just do a plain single crochet. So let's say you want your ribbing to be quite a bit longer. You would just extend this chain and repeat this exact strategy throughout. Okay, so then single crochet into the next one and into my third stitch here. Okay, so now I get this little piece. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten my yarn from the back so that it doesn't fall off. And then my next job is to basically insert my hook back into the next stitch on the actual project, yarn over, and then pull through, and then pull through. So slip stitching into the next stitch on the actual project, okay? And I'm going to do that again. Insert hook and slip stitch. Okay, so now I have 3 single crochets. Well, I have the 1 chain that I skipped, 3 single crochets, and then 2 slip stitches into the project. Okay, so let's turn. So now, to continue the ribbing, I'm going to always skip my 2 slip stitches. So here they are, right here. I'm always going to skip them and go into the ribbing only. So skip them, and then I'm going to do a back loop only single crochet. So if you take a look at my 2 little loops, I'm going to go into the back one only, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Okay, so a back loop only single crochet. Then I'm going to do that again and a third time. Now, because I had an extra little chain, my last stitch will go into my very first chain that I skipped. Remember at the beginning of the last round. Okay, so I insert hook and then single crochet. And there you are. Okay, chain 1, turn. And then I'm always skipping the first stitch. So I'm never single crocheting into the same one that I ended with. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do back loop only in the next single crochet, another single crochet, back loop only, and then one more single crochet, back loop only. Okay, so now that I've reached the project, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the 2 slip stitches. So I'm not going to go into this one. I'm going to go into the next one. Slip stitch, and then the next one. Okay, slip stitch, and then you're basically repeating this. So turn it over, skip the 2 slip stitches, single crochet, back loop only in all of my stitches. Okay, so single crochet, back loop only, again, and then into the last one. This was my chain 1, slip, single crochet, back loop only. Okay, and then chain 1 and turn. And basically you're going to repeat this strategy across the whole thing. So as you can see, my ribbing is starting to form. I'm never single crocheting into the same one as my chain. I always skip that one, but at the end when I come back around, I do single crochet into it. Okay, so let's do this again. Single crochet, back loop only into the next stitch, to the next stitch, and into the next one. Then 2 slip stitches onto the actual project. 1, okay, and then 2. And with these slip stitches, this is basically how I'm attaching my ribbing as I go to the project. Okay, turn, always skipping those 2 slip stitches, and now I'm going to have 4 single crochets, back loop only. 2, 3, 4, okay, and then basically keep going like this all the way around. Once you get to the end, I'll show you what to do. Okay, see you there. Okay, so I'm coming up to the end here. I have like 2 more stitches, so let's go ahead and slip stitch. I know it's a little bit messy at the end here at the seam, but that's okay. Just slip stitch in there and then do the same thing once again, skipping the slip stitches, doing the back loop only single crochets across these guys. Okay, and then chain 1, going back around, single crochet, back loop only, single crochet, back loop only, single crochet, back loop only. Okay, so now that I have these 2 pieces of my ribbing, right, it's gone all the way around my armhole here, as you can see, I'm gonna slip stitch these guys together. Okay, so fold them together, and then I'm going to, starting from the bottom here, insert my hook into one of the loops from the second piece. Okay, maybe even 2 of the loops from the second piece, and then slip stitch. Okay, insert hook through the first one and the second one, and then slip stitch them together. And then do this across your whole entire ribbing to basically connect the 2 pieces. Okay, so insert hook under both, slip stitch together, insert hook through both, slip stitch together, and then I'll probably do that for the end one as well. Okay, so insert hook for both, slip stitch them together. Let's cut our yarn. Leave a little bit of a tail. Okay, and let's see how this worked out. There you go. So here is my armhole ribbing. The seam is hidden, looks pretty good. It's at the shoulder. There you go, all done.